Hello, I'm Ashley Jackson Lawrence, along with Clark Hilton with Capital Community Media, and we're on location at Riverfront Park.
We're here for the all hands on deck Willamette River cleanup during Navy Week in Salem.
We'll be covering this event from different perspectives. Clark has our first look at the cleanup on land.
Okay, thank you, Ashley. And I am here today with Amanda Sitter. And Amanda, what's your role with the city?
I'm the volunteer coordinator for the Salem Parks Department.
All right, and we're doing the river cleanup today. Why is the Navy here today?
So the Navy reached out to us a few months ago and let us know that Salem was on their map as a visiting location. And so we're just lucky enough to have them with us here this week.
How often do river cleanups happen in Salem?
So historically, river cleanups happened maybe once, twice a year, but we've been lucky enough this year to have monthly cleanups with the Willamette Riverkeeper.
And how much trash would you say is normally picked up during a river cleanup?
It's pretty typical for us to pull out 500 pounds of trash per month. Granted, it is wet, so it does weigh it down quite a bit more, but yeah, that's the average poundage right there.
That is quite a bit. I was talking to somebody from Riverkeeper who said that there were some shopping carts they were maybe hoping to pull out of the mud today. Why is this kind of volunteer effort important?
So it's important because, one, it gets the community involved. We all want clean parks, we all want clean rivers, we all want clean streams. So what better opportunity for the community to come out here and work together for a common cause?
So I'm with Admiral Mike Brown right now. It's good to have you here with us in Salem.
Thanks, Clark. I appreciate it.
So let's talk about this. What's this program that brings the Navy to communities?
Sure. Navy Weeks are specifically designed to bring the Navy to communities like Salem and Kaiser, specifically for the reason that this is not where the Navy is based. You don't have ships here, you don't have naval air stations, and the people of Salem and Kaiser don't get to see sailors every day in uniform. But you know what? The Navy belongs as much to Salem and Kaiser as it does to San Diego and Norfolk. It's your Navy, it's Oregon's Navy, and we just need to, we're here to provide visibility, to remind you of the value that the Navy provides to your communities, and to see our sailors in action, see their talents, and see their commitment to our communities and our country.
And I know that you can't come to Salem every year or every community every year, so why Salem in 2023?
Well, we had never done one here before, and in fact, we'd never done a Navy Week in Oregon, so the Willamette Valley is the first place where we've been to do a Navy Week. We've been able to bring ships into Portland for the Rose Festival in the past, but there's much more to the rich fabric of Oregon, and we wanted to be able to get out and talk to the citizens, meet veterans, do community projects, work with community leaders, business leaders, and educators, and just, again, talk to them about the Navy and keep it on everyone's minds.
Well, we're glad to have you here. Thanks for coming.
Very pleased to be here. Thanks for the great welcome to the Navy this week.
So one of the sailors from Navy Week is here, and what is your name, sir?
My name is Javen Reed.
And what is your job in the U.S. Navy?
I am a ceremonial guardsman. I'm part of the ceremonial guard drill team. So what we kind of do is we do ceremonies for the president. We do very big funerals at Arlington National Cemetery. And we travel around doing Navy Week to Navy Week, showing off what we could do as the drill team.
What would be your message to folks about just taking care of the river?
It's great for the community to make sure everything's nice and clean, especially for the fishermen or the people that have to work on the water and have to put up with it. So it's amazing to be able to take care of the ecosystem and make everything look better.
Well, thank you so much for coming out and helping today.
Of course, thank you so much.
Lots of groups making this river cleanup possible today. Right now I have Peter Brewer from Solve. And Peter, what's your role?
I am the volunteer manager at Solve.
So let's talk about that. For those in the Salem area who don't know, what is Solve? You guys have been around a long time, but I've realized not everybody knows who you are.
That's right. We're an environmental nonprofit here in Oregon. We've been around since 1969. Got started doing beach cleanups, so that's what we're mostly known for, is every year putting together large groups all up and down the Oregon coast doing beach cleanups. And now We are Portland based, but we're all over Oregon trying to get community groups, organizations, volunteers, young and old, for cleanups on the river, where we're here at the Willamette, all over cities, not just in one area, but all over Oregon and also southern Washington as well.
So what brought you to Salem today to clean the Willamette River?
Well, it's so great that you ask, because there's always a need to clean our waterways. Trash that just ends up on the side of streets gets washed from drains and into rivers, gets taken from rivers to the ocean. It's important to kind of head it off before it gets to those areas. And right now, we're here at the end of September, right before the rainy season is coming, and we all know it's going to rain for months and months, and it's going to transport all this trash from the sides of streets to the drains, to creeks, to rivers, and out where it can, harm oceans and harm marine life, and just generally have a detrimental impact on the environment. And it gets so much harder to pick up trash once it gets in those waterways.
And now let's get the perspective on today's cleanup from the water.
I'm the River Recreation and Stewardship Coordinator, which is a fancy title. But I do a lot of the on-water events that we do with volunteers, as well as some larger events that we do in the summertime to connect people to the river. So Willamette Riverkeeper is a nonprofit organization. There's riverkeepers all over the nation. We are protecting the Willamette River specifically, as well as all the watershed within the Willamette watershed. So it's a big area, 187 miles, the Willamette River. A lot of our restoration includes plantings, but also invasive aquatic removal in this area specifically, right above where we're going to be stopping in that Minto Brown area. There's been a lot of work that we've done with the City of Salem. Today, we are paddling up to this area in Salem. This is the Willamette Slough. This is a place where some garbage accumulates, so we're trying to get it before it enters into the river. I wish more people knew. A lot of people just don't know about the Willamette River. A lot of people get their drinking water from the Willamette River. It irrigates a lot of our crops. Knowing that it is a river that has a lot of accessibility, we do have the only national water trail on the Willamette. So there's public access areas where people can get out and they can camp overnight. And we have a map that shows all those places so people can get familiar with where they can go. So it's a river that is meant to be accessible to people, and the more people can connect to it, I think the more that they would maybe care about it and pay attention to how they can help.
Hi everybody, my name is JC Cranmer, 2 letters, short and sweet. Yeah, so my role is I'm actually stationed on the USS Constitution over in Boston, Massachusetts. And kind of our whole motto over there is to preserve, protect, and promote the USS Constitution. So if anybody doesn't know what that is, that's gonna be a 225-year-old ship, originally launched in 1797. So it's still an active duty warship in our United States Navy nowadays. And so that's my ship that I'm stationed on. And we're out here in the community in Salem, Oregon, just kind of promoting the USS Constitution and the Navy as a whole, and kind of doing some community outreach, cleaning up the river as you see behind us. And we've done a couple events with the Boys and Girls Club, gone to the middle schools, so kind of just spreading the Navy-wide reach. I think it's important to kind of preserve the earth as a whole, and then also just keep the river clean, because the river we do use for a lot of different purposes, whether it be for fun functions such as rafting, camping, something like that. And then it's also good to let people see us out here and kind of show them that there's people trying to make the world a better place, and that they can be a part of that as well.
So I'm here with Rachel Navarro, a volunteer at the River Cleanup, and we're going to just ask her a few questions. So Rachel, why are you here today?
So I'm here as a volunteer with the Willamette Riverkeepers. I have been a volunteer with them for roughly 2.5, 3 years, cleaning up the Willamette.
Perfect. And then you said you've been doing this for a while. What kind of led you into this?
It was something with my daughter. So it turned into like a kayaking adventure. Then it turned into, man, there's a lot of garbage everywhere. And then it just led from there, and here we are.
Beautiful. And then, what's something that you think is important for the community members to know about the Willamette River and how to keep our community clean?
Wow. Just the misconception and the river is not as dirty as we all think. Because I grew up here and we all think that, ew, it's gross. And, we walk in with 10 toes and we come out with 20. And that's the conception that a lot of people think, and that's not really what it is. So, yeah, and just to keep it clean and make it better for, our kids and everyone else.
A lot of folks have braved the wind and the rain today. We had a little bit of sunshine too to clean the Willamette River and the riverbanks in Salem.
Willamette Riverkeeper, Solve, the U.S. Navy, and the City of Salem have made this event happen. There are plenty of volunteer opportunities. If you'd like to get involved with the city, visit the City of Salem's website. Thank you so much for joining us. For photographers Ashley Johnson, Hunter Winnan, and co-reporter Clark Hilton, I'm Ashley Jackson Lawrence from Salem Buzz on CC Media.